Previewing the 2013 Luther College football season with head coach Aaron Hafter and coach who went up to Wisconsin Stevens Point last Friday. I got to play someone besides yourself. Talked about the scrimmage last Friday. What'd you learn about your team?
I think the biggest thing is trying to parlay our camp into a scrimmage, and we had a very physical and tough camp, and we really challenged our kids, and to end camp with a scrimmage was very important to go, just see different competition and see some game speed more than anything else. The scrimmage, I think, serves a lot of purposes, and one of the biggest purposes is to be able to just get the organization of a Saturday afternoon, especially with a new staff, lots of new players, and when you can get organized and you can, as a coaching staff, really have an opportunity to evaluate your kid in a game-type setting, it really helped us decide, to get our two deep put together for this weekend.
And talk about what you learned from that scrimmage. What type of grades would you give your team based on what you thought going in? What do you need to work on yet this week from that scrimmage?
Well, kind of our motto all year has been just to improve, every day, and that was a day of improvement, more than anything else. And we came out of the scrimmage healthy, and I think just bumps and bruises, just like any normal game. But you sit there and you look at, we felt like we have a starting quarterback. We feel like now that we have created some depth in some positions that we're in question. So when you put kids in a live situation, you find out a lot about kids and see if they're ready or not for Saturday afternoons, because it's a different speed and it's a different intensity. And some kids are ready for that, some kids aren't. But the big thing is that you have an opportunity to evaluate those kids, with just live action from a different team.
And you've talked all camp about establishing that physical mentality. How would you say that process has gone with this group? Well,
that's what was a challenge I set before our kids before the scrimmage was I have no idea how physical and tough we're going to be, and they answered a call on that. I feel like our team's going to be they're going to play hard. I feel like they're going to give great effort, and we have some kids that are battling through a few bumps and bruises, and I like to see them go out there and play and and kind of fight through some of that. That shows a lot of toughness, and we were very physical against Stevens Point, which is always a good sign when you're moving forward with your program.
And this is finally game week for your program. Talk about what a regular game week of practice will be for you guys this week.
Well, it's an interesting week because we haven't even started school yet. So
yeah.
we're still kind of, somewhat in. We have an extra day of preparation yesterday because, we normally take Mondays off, but yesterday we didn't have, we took Sunday off this week, which is a little bit different. But we have extra day to prepare this week, and we need to take advantage of that since our kids don't start school till Wednesday. We'll have a couple tough practices early in the week, and then as the week progresses, we'll start getting our kids fresh and ready to go for Saturday.
Presentation, your opponent, a new opponent to Luther College football, and an opponent you don't know a ton about. You're really going in blind to this game. How does that affect the preparation going into Saturday?
Well, it's challenging. I mean, when a big part of college football and any football program at any level is evaluating film, and we don't have any film to evaluate. So we're sitting here and we're, from an offensive perspective, we have a decent idea what they're going to do on Saturday as far as a scheme, but who knows how people defend the option is kind of up in the air. We found that out in the past with preparing for teams. So how we make adjustments Saturday will be huge, and we'll try to do our best to prepare for basically all types of defense this week. We have highlight films and stuff that we pulled off YouTube and some things that we have a decent idea what they're going to do on offense, and so hopefully we can continue to prepare just based off of what they sent us in their personnel package and what they, we've seen a few clips and kind of just put a game plan together around that.
And going into week one, talk about the balance of preparing for the opponent and worrying about what you guys can do and trying to build from there.
I think the big thing is, and we preach to our kids all through campus stuff, is on Saturday we just need to worry about ourselves and go play the brand of football that I know we can play, and go compete very well and be able to make adjustments during the game, and it's just part of college football when you have a new opponent. Next year it'll be different. We'll have a little game film on them, but just go worry about ourselves. Don't make a lot of mistakes. Keep the ball in front of you on defense, and don't try not to give up the big play and those things, because they're going to be very athletic. I mean, they have some very good athletes. So it'll be a challenge for us, and whoever makes adjustments, throughout the game. You know, Coach Carr and his staff at Preseason do a great job. I mean, they're in the 3rd year of their program, and they've shown improvement every year. So I'm sure they're looking forward to another year of advancement within their building their program. And you know, so we're gonna have a challenging game on Saturday, and it'll be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win.
And when you go this far away from home for week number 1 of the season, is there some potential for some ancillary positives when it comes to team bonding and togetherness and everything like that?
You know, I think so. I mean, you know, this is a really close-knit group that we have, and I think that's kind of the tradition of Luther football. It's kind of the Luther football program is kind of a fraternity within itself, and you know, when you have an opportunity to get on a bus for 8 hours, you're going to learn a lot about the guy sitting next to you. And you know, and I think there's a lot of things right now that when we're trying to build our program the way we are that are important with that. And you know, so and we're going to make it a lot of fun. I mean, the road trips are fun, and they're meant to be fun. And that's kids remember the road trips and the staying overnight and those things as much as they remember games 20 years down the line.
All right, Coach, hopefully you can get the season off in style this weekend. We wish you best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Aaron Hafner previewing the 2013 Luther College football season.